The employer must maintain accurate records of all monitoring that includes the following: the date of the evaluations, operations related to exposure, sampling and analytical methods, number, duration, and results of samples, the type of personal protective equipment worn, and the name, social security number, and job classification of all employees represented by the monitoring that indicates which employees were actually monitored. The employer must also maintain historical data if it was used to determine potential exposure. It must show that data was obtained using accurate, appropriate methods, the process and practices were similar to current activities, CR6 material characteristics and environmental conditions were similar to current, and other relevant data. This data must be available per 1910.1020. 1910.1020 is the Access to Medical and Exposure Monitoring Data Standard. The employer must provide requested information within 15 days of request to the employee or designated representative. This standard defines specific requirements. Objective data records must be maintained if being used to determine exposure potential. These records will include identity of chromium-containing materials, the source of the data, the testing protocols and results of material for CR release, description of processes, etc., and how it supports the determination, and other relevant data. This data must be available per standard 1910.120. The employer must also maintain accurate medical surveillance records for each covered employee. That includes the name and social security number of the employee, a copy of the healthcare provider's written opinions, and copies of information provided to the healthcare provider. Again, this must be available in accordance with 1910.1020.